question that arises in me is that is it necessary that you'll be good in one thing? Sometimes we like something but we can't be good at it. So what is best for me? See, there are two things you are talking of. One is liking something, the other is being good at it. These are the two things on which your question rests, right? I like something, that is the one query. Whether I am good at it, that is the second, right? Examine both of these. What do you like? What does one like? See, you are giving importance to both of these, right? But first is, what do I like? That you are taking as important, right? I like something and hence it is important for me. Second importance you are according to being good at what I like. So it is not sufficient to just like what I like. I must also excel at it, right? In some sense I should prove my performance. I should be able to act on what I like, right? In a way that is considered good, at a standard of performance which is considered acceptable by others and by me.
So by me.
By me. So these are two things. One, what I like is important for me. Second, doing what I like to a particular performance level is important for me, right? Now what do we like? What do we like?
We like the end results every time.
No, that is alright. But result of what? What kind of endeavor? What do we like?
That pleases us.
We were cooking some Chinese yesterday and Rohit took a blade of spring onion to our rabbits. What happened? They didn't like it. Now those rabbits are so small, not even 2 months old. Why aren't they liking that spring onion? Why aren't they liking it? Bad manners? Cultural influence? Religious taboo? Time of the day? Fasting? What? Taste? Did they even taste? They didn't even taste. So why aren't the rabbits liking the spring onion? We are exploring the question of like. What does one like? I'm asking, why didn't the rabbit like the spring onion?
Because they are not supposed to eat it according to the existing
Nature.
Why don't they want to?
Smell, I think.
physical condition.
The physical conditioning. Full stop. Full stop. And those rabbits are very fond of carrots. Now why do they like carrots? Physical conditioning and full stop. Alright. There is a cricket match about to start between India and Australia. Who do you like to win? And whom would an Australian like to win?
Australia.
Why?
Social condition.
Huh? Why?
Condition.
Which conditioning? Social conditioning. Is there anything that you like that does not come from either physical conditioning or social conditioning? Is there anything that you like that does not come from Either physical or social conditioning. By giving respect to your likes and dislikes, what are you actually giving respect to? What are you actually giving respect to?
Conditioning.
Conditioning. So what do you like? Explore. But that is one thing to which we want to give all our energy and time. What? Pursuing our likes. Is that not so? Is that not so? We can even die for our likes. I like it. I like it. And if we consider it our birthright, right? Pursuing my interests, pursuing my inclinations, pursuing my likes. And if we are not allowed to do that, or somebody obstructs, or if the situations are not favorable, we feel very bad about it, don't we? Now what do we feel bad for? That we are not allowed to act in a conditioned way. We are the biggest supporters of our conditioning. That's what I was telling you on that WhatsApp group that other day. That when you are conditioned, you are told many things. N things you are told. And then you are told an n+1th thing also. What is that n+1th thing? That please maintain all the n things. These are good for you. Do not try to break them. And if somebody tries to break them, resist him. Without this n+1th commandment, the n commandments would fall apart. The n+1th is what protects the n commandments. Do you understand this? When you are being conditioned, you are being told many things. This is this, this is that. All kinds of beliefs and thoughts are being given to you. And then you are given one final thought. What is that final thought? That all these previous thoughts that are being given to you, they are sacred. Don't attack them. It's like this, that I tell you many things to do. And then I tell you one final thing. If you don't do all of these, then I'll shoot you. So I've told you 19 things and then I've told you 20th thing. If you don't do any of the above, you will be shot. Now what sustains the 19 commandments? The 20th. And this 20th is the most dangerous. This 20th is the most dangerous. The 20th says, don't challenge them. Don't challenge them. It is a part of our conditioning to be conditioned to sustain our conditioning. Are you getting this? It is a part of conditioning to be conditioned to sustain the conditioning. Otherwise, conditioning won't hold. Have you not wondered why conditioned man continues to be conditioned? Why does his conditioning sustain? Why does it hold? Why does it not dissolve with time? Well, everything dissolves with time. Why doesn't conditioning dissolve with time? Because it is in its nature to hold itself. Do you want to take your likes seriously? Can you stand at some distance from your likes and just ask, am I really nothing without them? Where did they come from? Would I really be damaged if I am not attached to them? Would I be reduced if I don't carry these likes and dislikes? Can you ask this question? And should you not ask this question, considering the overwhelming proportion of your limited time and your limited energy that you are devoting to just running towards your likes and running away from dislikes? Hmm? That is the first part about likes. Second part about the performance standards. That can I be good at what I like? Can I be good at what I like? It is not, for example, sufficient to just like cricket. I must also be good at cricket. And then I can say that I have a fulfilling life. First, I like cricket. Second, I play cricket very well. So well that I can earn the appreciation of others. I can earn a living out of it. Now, where are these standards coming from? Who is deciding what is good enough? Who is deciding what is talent? Who is deciding all this?
The best one in that particular field. The best one in that particular field.
Who decided that this is called the standard of the best? See, what I am now going to say would sound a little strange, but consider this. I toss a ball in the air and you are able to catch it 5 out of 5 times. What do? You just throw it up, lob it, and you are able to catch it. And you say I am talented. To another man, I throw the same ball 5 times and he is able to catch it only once. Why can't he say that this is his talent? To catch it only once out of 5 times. Who decided that 5 out of 5 is the definition of talent? Are you getting it? Who decided that this is performance? Or someone who out of his conditioning likes the fact that I am able to catch. If there is somebody who likes the fact that I am not able to catch, for him talent lies elsewhere. See, if you are a cook, to me you are a talented cook. If you totally forget that there is something called spices and chilies. To another one, you are not talented at all if you forget what are spices and chilies. You are able to hit a moving ball with a piece of wood. You will be called very talented in India. This same so-called talent will have very little weightage in Germany or Argentina. You'll say, what is so great about this? Here you will become an icon, a talented cricketer. What are you doing? All that you are doing is the ball is coming towards you, you are able to hit it with a bat. Because you are born in a society that is valuing that thing. The German society does not give any value to hitting a ball with a piece of wood. It does. But then that is another sport, hockey. So there the ball has to be hit in a different way and Who decides what is talent? When Western classical first came to India, music, the Indian musicians greatly resented it. They said, what is this noise? What is this noise? What are these instruments? In West, you are being called the most talented musician. And in India, that same sound is being called noise. Who is setting the benchmark? These are nothing but random decisions of the conditioned human mind. How can you measure yourself according to them? How can you measure yourself? Today you do nothing except make airplanes out of paper and keep throwing them here and there, right? And tomorrow the same trend catches. And this airplaning becomes an Olympic sport. And you will be called a very talented sports person. And today you are being called the scum of the earth. The most useless man. What does he do? All that he does is he makes paper planes and keeps throwing them all around. Talent. Remember, what is considered talented by one society at one time will not be considered talent at another time. You watch all these talent shows that come on television, and the comedy shows. Today's top comedians would be considered obnoxious just 20 to 30 years back in this same country. In fact, they might even be jailed for what they are saying and doing. And even if they are not jailed, at least nobody is going to feel anything amusing about their words. And today you say, wow, what a talented man. Small girls, 3 years, 6 years, they are dancing to these item numbers. And what do you say? The girl is talented. Now, who has decided that this is talent? But then you say, what a talented girl. Who decided that this is talent? And now another girl who cannot dance like that will feel inferior and guilty that, I'm not good at anything. I'm not talented enough. But who decided in the first place that this is talent? Tell me. Some idiot who speaks only rubbish. Only rubbish. And his speciality lies in the fact that he can speak rubbish without inhibition. Without inhibition. That's his speciality. Is considered a great radio jockey or a great comedian by you today. Who decided that speaking rubbish non-stop without inhibition is talent? Who decided this, first of all? And why should you feel that you too need to be talented? See, think of the parents who take these 4-year or 6-year-old kids to dancing classes. Think of those parents. Get into the mind of that parent. He's taking the 4-year-old kid to the dancing class. And there the kid is being made to dance to the tune of these movie songs. The movie songs. What is there in the mind of the parent? Get into the mind of the parent. What does he want? What is he thinking? What is his mind dominated by? And who told the parent that this is called excellence? Who told the parent that this is called excellence, that this is what is called performance? And now suppose the child cannot perform well in dancing. Obviously it will happen. Not every child can dance well to that song. Suppose a child is not able to perform. Now what would be the child be left saying? That I am not able to perform. That I am not good at it. That's your question, right? Being good at it. What would the child say? I am not good at it, or I am not talented enough. But first of all, who decided that this is called being good? Are you getting it? Who decided that there is anything good about being good? How do you know that this good is actually good? You are unnecessarily just punishing yourself and pushing yourself into guilt. And surely it must be happening, right? The little girl returns from the dance classes and mama says, Auntie has come, now display what you have learnt. And the little girl can't display anything. After all, she's a kid. So she forgets everything and fumbles and stutters and the more she falters, the more mama is feeling ashamed of her. And she can see it in mama's eyes. Mama is ashamed of me. I can't do my steps right. And that feeling of shame is then absorbed by the girl. I'm not worthy enough. There's something wrong with me. And then the girl goes and grows and goes to an engineering college. Nothing changes. She still wants to perform. She still wants to be good enough. Who told you that this is good? How do you know? How do you know? From where are these definitions coming? You really think that, take that example because the mind is the same. I'm taking that example because it is the most obvious and most crude. Do you really think there is anything good about performing on that song? Shaking your hips and shaking your torso the way these women shake. But they are called performers. And the entire world wants to dance like them. And if you can't, then you say, oh no, I like it but I can't do it. God has been graceful that you can't do it. All of them are running so fast, I can't run as fast as them. You want to die. You are your own enemy. They are running towards hell. You want to compete? And man, whenever he has run only towards hell. All running is only towards hell. You don't have any other destination. If somebody is running, rest assured he is running towards hell. But you want to compete. And if you can't compete, then you say, what do I do? I'm being left behind. But see how all these things have become a part of common wisdom. So your well-wishers and the so-called grown-up people will come to you and they will say, you know, son, first of all, you must choose a field. And then you must excel in that field. Now somebody must ask them, from where will the choice of the field come? That is the first thing. Second, what do you mean by excellence? But if you ask these questions, they will say, you talk too much. You are going beyond the mandate of our discussion. Have you not heard it many a times? Son, it is your time to choose a field and then excel in the field. Now first of all, choosing is rubbish. Then the standards of excellence themselves are random. There is another thing. Allowing things to happen. I'm not choosing. I'm just allowing. There is a fear of insecurity in this. One doesn't like this. Allowing is something that we don't like. We want to choose. Choosing gives us a feeling of power. That we did it. Allowing means it's all right. I will not choose the field. The field will choose me. I am what I am. The field will present itself. Being what I am, I will be found only in the right place. Where else can I be found? Being what I am, there is no possibility of me appearing anywhere else. We just talked of flies, right? Flies are not found in clean rooms. Being what I am, I will be found where I should be. So let me not worry at all about where I would be or where I should be. I will only look at what I am. And then the events of my life will unfold according to my being, not according to my desire or choice. Do you understand this? Being what I am, I will be found where I must be. Where else can I be? Nobody is a misfit. In existence, everything is exactly where it must be. So you too are exactly where you must be. As long as you are you, you will be only where you are. So don't ever complain about your location or situation. You are only where you deserve to be. Your location and situation and happening and life are not separate from what you are. They are all a reflection of your mind. As is your mind, so is your life. So why should I need to choose or decide? Let me just look at the mother of all happening, my mind. From here everything arises. I'll only look at it. And that's it. Everything else will take care of itself by on its own. I don't need to worry. I don't need to choose a field, and I also then don't need to decide a standard of parameter or adhere to a standard of performance. I don't need to adhere to any standards. After all, even if I decide that I need to pursue certain standards, ultimately I will only have that standard which corresponds to my being. Have you not heard somebody say that we all ultimately rise to our own standard of incompetence. We all ultimately rise to our own standard of incompetence. So you may pretend to be this or that, but ultimately your performance will be only what you are. So why chase this or that standard? Look at what you are, and your performance will correspond to that. But for that you will have to have the courage to disregard a few things. You'll need to disregard all those wise ones who come to you and say, no. Fix a goal, then set your eyes upon the goal, and then forget everything except the goal. Have you not heard all this?
Yes.
Just have a little mercy on these people. They are anyway suffering. We should not complain against idiots. If we can help them, we should just help them. Otherwise, ignore them. They are anyway suffering. Just don't become a victim of their propaganda. Fix a goal, set a goal, and then like Arjun, look only at the eye of the bird and forget the world.